Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where microphone out of the way, there you go, where we take a look at headlines from Mexico, from our state, Jalisco, from our city, Puerto Vallarta, and we take a look at your comments, ideas, questions, topics, suggestions, everything we can get our hands on to have an awesome live here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. It is always a pleasure to get together with you. And today it is June 1st. It is Tuesday, June 1st. Another month gets started, and we have all kinds of news to share with you. But before we go there, please let me remind you that it's wonderful to get together with you. If you are new to the broadcast, please let us know by writing the word new in your comments. If you have something awesome and super important that you need to share, add the letter Q at the beginning of the comment so that we can make sure that we don't miss it. My hands are all over the place today, and why not? And now that I've gotten that out of the way, let me tell you, today we have news, a lot of news about vaccination and COVID, because I want to make sure that we don't forget that this is happening, for better or for worse. And we also have news about the tropical storm, and we have news about whether we're going to be able to drink cocktails or not over the weekend. What else do we have? We have an update about those kids that went missing, and that's what we have today. So let us. Oh, and of course, it is Taco Tuesday, and today we're going to visit a wonderful, tried and true seafood restaurant that is very popular in town, but happens to also have a great array of seafood tacos for us to enjoy, including a vegetarian choice. So let us get started. Just in case you're wondering if the pandemic is over, the state of Jalisco closed the month of May with 109 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 2 deaths, bringing up the total number of 250,211 cases during the entire pandemic. We were missing numbers from our governor this week, but things move on, and hopefully we'll have another update from Governor Alfaro this coming week. I also want to let you know that Puerto Vallarta Interim Mayor Jorge Antonio Quintero remains in quarantine and continues to recover from COVID-19. Apparently, he has not experienced symptoms that would require hospitalization, nor did he spread the disease among his close collaborators, all of which tested negative for the virus. This is, of course, very good news. Meanwhile, Health Secretary Jorge Alcocer Varela informed that the pandemic continues to decrease in Mexico as vaccination increases. At the same time, however, Health Undersecretary Hugo López-Gatell, who works with Alcocer, indicated that in Quintana Roo and Colima, cases have been on the rise since Semana Santa. Excuse me a second. Oh, that felt good. Yes, Quintana Roo and Colima cases have been increasing since Semana Santa, so the whole country is doing better, but these two states not so much. To that effect, in the state of Quintana Roo, Governor Carlos Joaquin Gonzalez has introduced a number of measures to keep the state currently in the yellow COVID zone from heading into the red zone. While the state is not necessarily going into lockdown, a decrease in activities and mobility has been announced for cities such as Cancún, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. See, I don't mean to scare you folks, but this is what happens. This is what happens when we take for granted that everything's going to be okay, when we start not following the guidelines as we should. And I don't mean to sound motherly, but, I think it's important that we keep this in mind. We've been very fortunate here in Puerto Vallarta. Let us keep our fingers crossed and let us continue doing what we know we are supposed to be doing. So we hope that the situation in Quintana Roo and Colima is an isolated one. Meanwhile, we do learn that Mexico has now distributed and applied 40 million vaccines among the population, becoming the 9th country with most applied vaccines in the world. This is a good moment, I think, to remind folks in their 40s that pre-registration for the vaccine has started, and here in the state of Jalisco. So if you are between 40 and 49 years of age, here is here's the website that you should go to and pre-register so that you can get your vaccine, which is expected to happen during this month. Folks in your 40s, please do the right thing and go get vaccinated. Don't hesitate on this. So these are the weathers that we have for the news that we have before the weather, and now we dive into the weather. Snarky Carrot Weather says, if you die as a result of inclement weather, I promise to write a beautiful text message to your family detailing my no refunds policy. I love it. Temperature right now is 30 degrees, feels like 33 because humidity is high, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Humidity is at 67%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit is 85 degrees, and today we can expect a humid and mostly cloudy day with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, Wednesday, will be a humid day and also mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 25. And Thursday, humid and overcast through the day. I see a little rain icon, but I don't believe it. I quite don't believe it yet. With a high temperature of 31 and low temperature of 25. I keep waiting for the rain to manifest itself, and I'm sure you are too. It is simply not happening just yet. Interesting comments, but we'll get to your comments in a second. Meanwhile, I want to let you know that you may recall that last week we reported on these 4 young adults that went missing, and their parents made a demonstration here in Puerto Vallarta, and everybody got really angry because the authorities seemed to be doing nothing. And then we learned that the 4 young adults came home and they're fine, and no further details will be provided or have been provided, and we may never know where they went and why they went or how they came home or what's the deal. I mean, if you ask me, I would not want to be the family member that has to respond to people, but I mean, if these kids were gone just for the sake of being gone, that's kind of stupid. If something horrible happened to them, hopefully the authorities will choose to reveal what went on so that we can be mindful of these kinds of situations. I don't know what to tell you, but I think, well, it is what it is. They're home, they're safe, and nothing happened, and that's the news, I suppose. We've been mentioning dry law during the electoral weekend, which is happening this coming weekend. And according to this news item that I'm quoting, It will be up to each municipality to decide whether bars can serve and supermarkets and liquor stores can sell alcohol this weekend. So, if you must cocktail, and why not, remember to stock your pantry by Thursday, just in case. We'll, of course, be keeping you posted once we hear official confirmation of whether this is happening or not. In past years, we've always observed dry law here in Puerto Vallarta, and I don't see why we wouldn't this year. But again, the Restaurant Association has been putting a lot of pressure on the authorities to make sure that things are open. So we'll have to see what happens. If I were you, I would just stay home. Seriously, if you can vote, go vote. But if you cannot vote, simply stay home. Oh, Jill, they need your comments. I love it. I love your comments. But we'll get to those in a second. I promise. We also mentioned, this is our last news item before we go into Chit Chat mode and Taco Tuesday and all that good stuff. Tropical storm Blanca continues to move north. And according to the latest information provided by Mexico's National Weather Service, we can expect a shitload of humidity. Not rain, but just humidity. I tell you, I wanted to rain. I desperately wanted to rain. And I didn't mean to play that sound. I meant to play this one. Pinche humidity. It kept me up last night. I tell you, I shouldn't complain about the weather. I've lived here 19 years. And every year I say to myself, it's okay, Paco. You've lived here long enough. It's going to be fine. Just turn the fan on. And last night, the fan was not even enough to keep me happy. But it is what it is. And now, before we dive into our chit chat section, I want to talk about Taco Tuesday. Yesterday, I was able to kill two birds with one stone. I was able to get together with a very, very dear friend who is a frequent watcher of Coffee and Headlines at a taco place, which allowed me to be able to, have a nice meal, get together, and also do my mission for today. And today, where are we going to check out the tacos? Well, we are going to Barracuda. Where did I go? Can I show myself? There I am. I don't want to show myself. Well, no, yes, I would. I do want to show myself. I'm usually round, though. Let's see. We went to Barracuda, and I'm sure that you've gone to Barracuda before. If you haven't gone to Barracuda, we are going to very quickly learn why this is a restaurant that you should definitely consider. Barracuda is located in Colonia 5 de Diciembre. It's a beautiful seafood restaurant that has been open for some time now, and they have been extremely successful. They have a full range of seafood items that you can enjoy. And they have a few specialty tacos that we'll get to in a second. Why do I like Barracuda? Well, first of all, it is located in an open air venue, which means that whether you're sitting up at the restaurant or down on the beach, it's right next to the beach, you can almost always enjoy a nice breeze. So because it's open air, it feels very safe. It has been one of my go-to restaurants during the pandemic. And of course, they also have a full bar, which is a good thing if you want to be enjoying a nice cocktail while you're sitting there. And when it comes to tacos, they have different varieties, including vegetarian tacos. There is at least one vegetarian taco. We ordered two kinds of tacos. This is the seafood, the fish taco. These are the fish tacos. You can order them. They come in groups of 3, and they are absolutely delicious to enjoy. And my friend Kelly enjoyed these tacos al pastor, shrimp al pastor tacos, which were absolutely, oh my God, I've turned myself into a square dude. I am a square dude. There you go. I'm round again. The shrimp al pastor tacos were absolutely delicious. And again, we feature them because the tacos are extraordinary. If tacos were not your thing, you can still enjoy a number of delicious, delicious, delicious dishes that they serve. But of course, this is about Taco Tuesday, and needless to say, this place is going to be part of our Taco Tuesday map, which, as you know, is available for supporting members here at Coffee and Headlines. The video for the map is going to be ready this afternoon, but I wanted to make sure that you knew about this amazing restaurant. If you haven't tried Barracuda, give it a go. Give it a go. It's absolutely delicious, and I'm very happy to see that there are some people that support Barracuda as well. And speaking of people supporting this, that, and the other, this is the time in which we rewind our comment tape just to see who's in the house and what everybody is up to. It's always great to get together with you all. Good morning, Craig. It's great to see you. Albert says, hello, Taco Day. I love that. I love that. Dan is missing Puerto Vallarta. Well, Puerto Vallarta is missing you, Dan. I hope that you and Kathy are doing well up north. Let's see what else we have here. Shout out to Michael Beaufort and staff. Hit all 3 restaurants in, and then Craig stopped. It could be that Craig hit all 3 restaurants in a day, in a week, in a month. We don't know, but shout out to Michael Beaufort. Of course, we love his restaurants, all 3 of them. I've been itching to try the new dishes at Bravo's, and it'll happen. It'll happen sometime soon, maybe after the elections. I'm trying to stay home. I have to be honest with you guys. I'm trying to stay home as much as I can just because it's hot and there's people out there, and I'm turning into a Grinch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not turning into a Grinch. Oli, says Tomas Pollito Flannery, as opposed to hola. Oli, back to the grind after a 4-day weekend. Mazel tov. This is wonderful. ¿Qué onda, Alan? Vamos a comer tacos. Of course, we're going to eat tacos. We're going to eat tacos until we die. They are a wonderful thing. Let's see what else we have. Dean Milano has just booked a week in November and hoping PV is in great shape by then. I have no reason to believe that Puerto Vallarta will not be in great shape in the fall. I keep my fingers crossed that we will continue to abide by the guidelines and hope that everybody else can do that. Angelica asks, can you smoke in restaurants and bars? I hear that they wanted to restrict smoking. Smoking in restaurants and bars has been forbidden for a number of years. There are a lot of restaurants and bars that get colorful with the way they apply this guidance, but no, you cannot smoke. Dave adds, depends on what you smoke, and if Dave's referring to the happy stuff, no, you cannot smoke happy stuff at restaurants. Definitely not. Let's see what else we have. This is what made me laugh during my mention of those young adults that went missing. They need the chancla for upsetting their parents. In case you don't know what chancla means means flip-flop. And yes, I tend to believe the same thing, Jill. If indeed these kids decided to go away and simply not tell their parents because they thought that was cool, they definitely deserve the chancla. Absolutely. Mushi says, what a fireworks show last night. I am sure you're referring to the fireworks display that the city offered the citizens for the celebration of our anniversary, both as a foundation of Puerto Vallarta as a city and as a municipality. Yours truly was sleeping, and that's okay. You know, I celebrate Vallarta in many other ways, including hanging out with you guys here and creating connections. So that's my way to celebrate the anniversary of the city. Michael comments, Puerto Vallarta is a tourist city, so at the last minute they will approve it again and be able to sell in restaurants and bars. Stores are another issue. This is, of course, referring to the dry law. And I tend to side with Michael. My hunch is that, as in years past, restaurants will be allowed to operate, but if you go to Walmart or La Comer or your favorite supermarket or wholesale store, you will not be able to get your brandy or your wine or whatever floats your drinking boat. So again, if you will cocktail this weekend and you want to make sure, then you want to make sure that your stash at home is full. Buy shopping, buy Thursday, which is in a couple of days. Let's see what else we have. Fireworks were a blast, muy impresionante, says Dave. I'm sure that they were beautiful. Another chancla supporter, Angelica, also thinks that those 4 young adults should be chanclad by their parents. I just made up a verb, to be chanclad. Dave broke down and turned on the air conditioning last night. Yikes. Well, yes, yikes. My friend Kelly was asking me yesterday, well, would you want to have air conditioning? And I said to him, it is very expensive. And you guys probably know this. If you have a mini split at home, you know that once you turn it on, your air conditioning, your electricity bill rather tends to go up, unless you are fortunate, like a couple of friends of mine that have solar power installed in their homes, and they can keep their homes refreshed and still get a very small bill, which is a way to go if you own your own property. And now we get into all the love and support for El Barracuda. Dave likes Barracuda. So does Mushi. Mihal likes Barracuda. I'm surprised that we never went. We should go to Barracuda together when you come back. The Huachinango is delicious in Barracuda. Barracuda and the bar next door. Yes, absolutely. And yes, they do have a nice arrachera too, in case you don't want to enjoy the seafood. And I do believe they have beef tacos as well. The bar next to Barracuda, enjoy the water and drinks. Where is this restaurant located? Asks Linda. Well, Linda, once the show is over, we will add the restaurant to the Taco Tuesday map, and you will be able to find out exactly where it is located. It is located on Cinco de Diciembre. And if you're really, really, really curious and you must know right now, this very second, where it is located, you can easily go onto Google and Google it, and I'm sure you will find the location yourself. Trucha also supports Barracuda. This is wonderful. Den took nephew and fiancé to Barracuda. That's wonderful to hear. Mushi says, I hear today is Dia de la Marina, the day of the Marines Day. Lots of action on the water. I am not entirely sure if today is Marines Day. To be quite honest with you, I did not see any headlines to that effect. Teresa says Pepe's Tacos is the best in Cinco de Diciembre. We have stopped by Pepe's Tacos before. We reported them, and they are part of our Taco Tuesday map already. I was there on Saturday night when I finished doing this photography gig that I had in Conchas Chinas, and it was like 11:30 at night, and I was starving after working 3 hours nonstop. And I was, where can I go? Where can I go? Well, one of the nice things about Pepe's Tacos is that they serve food all night long. So I quickly got myself over there, enjoyed an order of 6 tacos al pastor, and came back to life just like that. It is a great, great place. But more love for El Barracuda. Carol reminds us that there is one in Nuevo Vallarta that has a garden setting. So that's good to know if you are in Nuevo Vallarta. Randy comments, May 1st, new law passed suspending smoking at outside areas with seating by a sidewalk. Thank you for that. Again, I haven't read any details about this, but in general, I know that you are not allowed to smoke in restaurants. Stephanie confirms that we're celebrating the Mexican Navy. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Dave says, when I put solar panels, the electricity bill is only 40 pesos every 2 months. I've heard similar remarks. So there you go. It's a good way to do it. Let's see what else. June 1st is always Dia de la Marina. There you go. See, we all learned something new here at Coffee and Headlines, and that's the beautiful thing to get together. Dave goes ahead and says, Pepe's Tacos are old style, El Barracuda is new style. I don't know about old and new. All I know is that both places are absolutely delicious. And this, my friends, is our broadcast for today. It is a pleasure, as always, to get together with you. And tomorrow will be Wednesday. And what do we do on Wednesdays? We walk. So between now and tomorrow, stay happy, stay kind, stay well fed, get enough tacos in your diet, and have an awesome day. if you're here in Puerto Vallarta. If you're elsewhere, well, hopefully we provided a little bit of a connection today. And that's all we have. Stay in touch. Have a great day.